महारानी की चक्षुरोन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णकृष्णाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशाय हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। You are all students of this college, Radheshyam University. All of you are from
Boston University.
Okay, Varun. So they told me that this evening we have a question and answer session, but we'll speak for a few minutes and then we will take. When Srila Prabhupada was a very young boy, young man, he met his spiritual master. His spiritual master told him, why don't you take the message of the Gita and take it to the Western world, to visit America. At that time, India was under foreign rule. So he presented to his guru that India is under a foreign rule now. Who will take the message very seriously? So his guru told him, you see, in this world, always the living beings are under somebody's subjugation. Right now, we are under British rule, he said at that time. It was 1922. Before this, India was under the Mughal rule. In the same manner, we all know many countries are under the subjugation of some another country. Right now, Ukraine is in a state of war when Russia is keeping it under subjugation. So he said, what we are teaching people is not just a freedom struggle where you get freedom from one country, like Mughal strength and then British came. Now when British are going, Japanese gave a try in India. Japanese. They couldn't. But they made an attempt on China gave it. So in this world there was always one group of people trying to keep control of the other group. So there is always a threat in this world, fear of being under control. You will see the animals in the jungle, like lion, tiger and all, they cannot come out of the jungle, the city. If they come, they will be shot. And people in the city also should not go deep into the jungle also. If they go, they will be eaten with animals. So there is always a limit that is put for us in this world. And if you cross the limit, there is a risk involved. So we have a zone in which we live. Similarly, on the ground you are comfortable, but when you are flying up in the sky in an aeroplane, you are not comfortable because until you land safely, there is always a fear. Similarly, in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, if you are going in a ship, you are uncomfortable because that is not your natural place. But in land, you are very comfortable. Whereas a fish is comfortable where? In water. If you bring a fish out of water, it will die. So fish has a stringent law that he has to live in water. Human beings have a stringent law that they have to live only on land. Similarly, birds are safe up in the sky. But when they come down, even they are afraid that they'll be captured by a cat or a dog. They have fear also. So this is actually a stringent law. You will see that. Now it is not only the place of residence. You will see that like we all are eager for eating tasty foods. But how many of you experience? In case something was very tasty, you want to eat little more. The next day you have problem. Correct? If you eat little additional, you can't digest it. You will see. It's a stringent law. Although we like to eat more. Like I saw with my own eyes in the train, one fellow called for a bhaji and samosa. You know both bhaji and samosa. So he ate. I saw him eating 1, 2, 3, 4. He finished a dozen samosas. He liked it. And he ate bhaji also. Both of them were very fragrant. And then he went to sleep. Next day morning, he was catching the belly and screaming. Next day morning, had a serious stomachache. So you will see there's a stringent law. Either you tolerate the hankering for eating more, then you can have a healthy stomach. Or you cannot tolerate the hankering, you give way to it, and you eat more, and then we suffer next day. So in this world, there's a stringent law for many things. Like for example, children don't like to go to school, they like to play at home. But they have to go to school, right, Tanvi? They have to go to school. So they have to carry the books, they have to study. Similarly, students don't like examinations, but you have to give examinations. That's a stringent law. Is there any college where they tell you study your undergrad 4 years or 2 years of MS and then you don't have to give any exam? You go scot-free and you get a degree. Is there any college like that? No. It's a stringent law. You have to. Similarly, nowadays it's very chill, cold outside. But people nowadays have to go to the office. People have to go to the job. People have to do their work. They have to go out to purchase. Nobody likes very, very cutting cold. This is stringent law. In the hot summer, there is a terrible heat, sometimes sunstroke also. But people have to go and do their work. These are stringent laws. Of course, these are laws of the climate. But even in our body, you will see, when I was in my school days, once I was playing games, I fell down and got a wound in the knee. So my mom told me, don't go to school, just relax for a week. I said, I'll miss all my classes. I have to go. So after 2 days, I went to the school and I went to madam and my teacher and told her, Madam, please make an announcement to the class. Nobody should come near me. I got a big wound in the knee. So I was sitting close to the door so that I can be watchful who is coming, going, so nobody will hurt me. And the class was going on and I became absorbed in the class. And one boy came late for the class, he brought a backpack. So he removed the backpack like this and he moved it like this. And I just rushed to all my wound. And I screamed like everything was started bleeding. Ah, like that. And the whole class got frozen. I jumped up from my place and the teacher came running and asked me, what happened to you? Why did you scream like this? I said, Madam, I am dead. I said, you are dead, then how are you talking? I said, I'm not dead, I am worse than dead. I said, you see, it's bleeding now, it's severely bleeding. I will stand the pain on. I said, I feel like taking a sword and cutting my leg and throwing it out. I felt like that. Of course, you can't do that. If you cut our leg and throw it, that will be far more painful than even, tolerating the, bag hitting my wound. So why am I telling you? In this world, nobody wants any wound or any fever or any kind of disease. But as long when we have this body, we all do get some disease sometime or other, correct? Now? We don't want, but we do get. So that's also a stringent condition. Why am I telling you all these things? Intelligent people should make an observation that in this world we are not carefree. We are like a bird kept in a cage. See, would you like to be like a bird kept in a cage, or would you like to be like a free bird flying in the sky? Yes? What, which state you would like? Would you like to be like a bird in a cage or a bird flying in the sky? Yeah? Yeah? Free bird, yeah, is it not true? So none of us like to be subject to stringent conditions like the disease or the old age or the death or the wound or the stringent climatic conditions, a stringent living place. Um, so like somebody likes to swim, they are practicing swimming, but sometimes you see the water is 30 feet deep or 50 feet deep sometimes. One has to be very careful. So one is a early day swimmer, one has to practice properly. Otherwise, one drowns, one can't get out. It's very risky. And therefore, I told you on land you are safe, but not in water or sky, you are not safe. So there are so many stringent laws in this world which we are not happy with, but you can't avoid it. We are living in the midst of it. Now, this is not only the conditions alone, there are also conditionings we call. Conditionings means, like you will see, our mind can create a hell for us or heaven for us. It depends on how you trained your mind. Like for example, some people's mind repeatedly worry about the past. Why did I fail in that paper? Or, why did I didn't fare so well in that? So, like one example comes to my mind. One boy always was a smart fellow in mathematics. So one day he came back and told all of us friends that today all the 4 questions I wrote correctly, I'm going to get sent up. Then another friend told him, 4 questions, what are you talking? There were 5 questions. The boy said, no, there were only 4. Then they were an argument. Then the boy took the question paper and put it in the front of the other and said, see, I finished all the 4. And his friend turned around and showed there's one more question. And he cried. This boy cried. He said, I never saw this. He ran to the exam hall and the teacher didn't allow him to enter. She said that once you get out of the hall, you cannot come in again. Which means he had written the question paper only for 80 marks. So he lamented for next 2 years, he was lamenting. I know the answer to the question, but I failed to see the question. So sometimes we all commit a mistake in our lives in the past, and we keep brooding over it for many years to come. And that causes depression, like a downward spiral. So he was terribly suffering. So Krishna tells Arjuna that, you get over it. You let go. Learn to let go certain things. Otherwise, worry may bury you. Worry is very toxic. It's very poisonous. Worry is only good as long as that worry helps you to rectify your mistake and learn a lesson for the future. Otherwise, your worry is good for nothing. So you can repent and regret, but not lament and be depressed. That's not allowed. So in this way, our mind can create a big menace for us through depression or loneliness or through competitive mentality or unhealthy comparison or revengeful thoughts or excessive anger or excessive greed or adamant desire for the prohibited things in this world. Many things like that. So the mind also carries so many conditionings. Other conditionings like comfort zone, mind goes to comfort zone sometimes. Sometimes the mind goes into preconceived notions about others. So many things in the mind. So if my mind is not healthy, I can't be happy. But if I know the art of keeping my mind healthy, then I can be happy and I can be a spreader of cheerfulness to others also. Correct now? So again, the same point. Yeah, unhealthy mind is like a bird trapped in a cage. A healthy mind is like a free bird in the sky. The unhealthy mind is like, imagine a man, he has tied a stone to his leg with a rope and he has to run along with it. Every time he runs, the stone hits his feet again and again. It's a very painful thing it is. That's how people with ego suffer. Egotistic people, they have that's everybody practically. Wherever they turn around, they suffer. But a person who is free from false ego, he is friendly and understandable and humble and tolerant and patient. He is friendly with all and he can live a very carefree life. So both 2 things I told you till now. The body and the mind. The body gives a lot of conditions, stringent conditions. We want to get free of those conditions. And the mind gives many conditions also. We want to become free of those conditions. Here is a good news for you. In the scriptures, like Srimad Bhagavatam, they tell us that you are not just the body, you are a combination of body, mind, soul. Three things. And who are the real you? Anybody knows? Are you the body? Are you the mind? Are you the soul? Any of you? You heard about these three? Body, mind, soul. Which one is you? Which one is the real you? Like for example, say you drive a car. Yeah, the car, there's the driver. Who is the real you? Are you the driver or are you the car? You're the driver, isn't it? Similarly, in this body, that Krishna described, there is body, mind, soul. And the soul is a real person. And the soul has two equipments. One is the mind, and one is the body. In the mind, you store your desires. And in the body, you execute those desires. For example, in my mind, I have stored a desire, I want to play a piano. Or right now, I am playing mridanga, right? I have a desire to play mridanga in my mind. Then my hands take the mridanga and it plays. So I'm executing this desire with my body. So body and mind are two equipments given to the soul. So body also, I told you, gives trouble. Mind also gives you trouble. But if you know the art of harnessing the power of the body and mind, then you can be like a free bird in the sky. And I'll tell you how. I'm going to tell you just now. So in the Gita, Krishna says the soul is like a driver of this body. You see it in this body. Say the mind is like a hard disk and the body is like servo motors. The hard disk or in the microprocessor, you write the program. And then the servo motors, you execute the linear and rotary axis movements and all that. Isn't it? But who is the soul? The soul is the operator of the microprocessor. Who are we? We are the operator. You are the operator. So operator is different from the microprocessing device and the servo motors. Is it clear to everybody? So now the problem is not with the operator. Operator is all right. But the operator is now having trouble with the microprocessor and the servo motors. There is some trouble in that. There's trouble in the body, there's trouble in the mind. So in Gita, Lord Krishna is telling that the soul doesn't need the body and mind because the soul has inbuilt ability to think, feel, will, and do everything. But why has he got this body and mind? Because when we get a separate desire from God, and for executing that separate desire, you are given a mind and a body. To store the desire, you are given the mind, and to execute the desire, you are given the body. When you get a separate desire. So, for example, say some of you sitting here, you may wash your clothes on your own, by going to the bathroom and just washing the clothes. But in case you don't want to wash it in the bathroom yourself, you prefer a washing machine. Then you have to pay for the washing machine, correct? And you have to maintain the washing machine also. And you have to pay for the electricity bill of the washing machine. So the washing machine is the extraneous thing for you that when you develop a desire to have it, at that time only you purchase it. The expenditure comes. But there may be another student who may not buy the washing machine at all. Is it not true? They will just wash with their own hands. They don't need it. Similarly, the soul doesn't need anything extraneous as long as the soul is with God in the spiritual world. The soul is a beautiful personality, endowed with all good qualities. There is not even an iota of defect in the soul. The soul is very pure. And all the souls are all lovable and very endearing in the spiritual plane. They are very, very pure. And they all keep God in the center and they have loving dealings with God and they are very joyfully living. But when they leave that plane and come to this plane, the material world, here the soul has come with a separate desire to enjoy. And for that desire, he has got the mind and the body. Is it clear? The body and mind are given to the soul for that purpose. So, all of you think for a moment, in our life also sometimes we develop some desire independent of what parents want us to do. And due to that, we get into trouble also. Like for example, in IIT Bombay, they were studying, there were students who joined many clubs. Many clubs they joined. Like they would play volleyball, they played badminton, And there was a convocation hall where they would go to watch movie every Friday. They would watch. And in the same manner, they would go for many, many different clubs. There's more than 50, 60 clubs. So one of the boys I saw, he has got practically name in all the clubs except camp for his business academics, for which he joined the institute originally. Correct, no? So then I told him, see, these are called extracurricular activities. So what is the meaning of the word extra? Extra means they are supposed to be extra. Not that you get into only extracurricular activities and you don't study your academics. That's a mainstream thing. Similarly, in this world, when we come, the soul develops so many separate desires from God. He has to store them in the mind and execute them in the body. That's how he spends all his time on getting into varieties and trouble. So in Gita, Lord Krishna says that the soul is imperishable, eternal, sublime, beautiful, holy, and he can completely get rid of this body-mind mechanism and everything and go back to the original plane from where he has come. In that connection, I will tell you a story. Once upon a time, Narada, a great saintly person, in his travels around to different places, he went to Lanka, a place called Sri Lanka. There was one king of Lanka, his name was Ravana. So Ravana, looking at Narada, said, "Hey Narada, come here. I heard that you have a Brahma Vidya, Raja Vidya knowledge." He said, "Sit down here, teach me immediately." He said. Narada said, "This is not the way education of the Vedas is given. One has to be submissive to Guru. One has to be humble in approach. And then when I am satisfied with your good conduct and good behavior, then I will teach you," he said. Ravana said, "I have no habit of bowing down to anybody," he said. "In fact, I have stolen the, Pushpaka Vimana, the aeroplane from my brother Kubera. And whenever I want anything from anywhere, I will just snatch and bring it," he said. So, you can tighten it. So, then Ravana took his sword and he decided to kill Narada. So he took the sword and then he cut across the body of Narada. Yes, what happened to Narada? No, that's not the problem. The problem is here. He just goes like this. So Narada, what he did, how was Narada was just smiling. Nothing was happening to him. The sword went through his body, but nothing happened to him. Because Narada's body was like a beam of light. Imagine if there's a beam of light, you send a sword across the beam of light. Will anything happen to the light? And then Narada told Ravana that, "Ravana, don't you know, I have already gotten rid of my physical body and mind. Now this is my spiritual body," he said. "I am traveling in my spiritual body. I can fly anywhere I want. I can go to spiritual world. I can go to heavenly world. I can come here. And I don't need even any vehicle to travel also. I can just fly from place to place because I have become liberated now. And now I am in my spiritual body." Then Ravana understood, oh, this is why this knowledge is very great. If you have spiritual knowledge, you can come to a stage where you are a free bird, you can fly anywhere you want. And all of you, devotees, the good news for you is that you also have such a spiritual body and you can also get out of this body and be living in that free spiritual body in this world or in that world. You can return back to the original home from where we are now. Every living being has the ability to attain that body. Now, what is the method for attaining this body? That is explained in the scriptures. You just begin with very basic steps. 5 steps, 5 things. I will say this and I will conclude and I will take your questions now. Okay? A, B, C, D, E. You can remember these 5 things. A stands for association. You need to take out time to come regularly in association of saintly people. In a gathering like this, you come, hear the message of God and then ask questions. And by inquiring, making questions, you get the subject very clear. Like today, I spoke to you about the soul with 2 coverings, body and mind, isn't it? So, and I also told you how this body and mind are trouble creators for us and how we can rise above them. Yeah, that's perfect. So, and you also learned about how the body and mind are subjected to so many stringent conditions, which we don't like. We don't want to be like a bird in a cage. We want to be like a bird in the free sky. So, in the same manner, every time you come to temple or come in the good assembly of devotees association, you learn something positive. And this association will be very empowering for you. It will help you to gain control over your life. It will give you direction, it will give you discipline, it will give you focus, it will give you concentration. It will teach you what to do, what not to do, what is elevating, what is degrading. You learn all these things in good association. In those days, even the greatest of the kings would have sermons given to the saintly people, and they would go to the temple or they would go to the forest to meet the sages. Why is that? Because the kings wanted to empower themselves by wisdom. So without wisdom, we will be ignoramus. We may have a big material degree, but without knowledge of God and the God's words of wisdom from the sacred texts, our life would be very incomplete. And we would very easily be distracted, especially in the modern times. As you know, there are a million ways to get distracted now. Isn't it? So the association is very important, good association. At the same time, you have to avoid bad association also. Because as much as good association is emphasized, bad association is condemned also. Because like you can see that the world has seen in all parts of the world, people who resorted to bad company, they have degraded their good character. People. We have two great epics in the Vedic literature. One is called Mahabharata, another one is called Ramayana. You will see that in both these literatures, you find how bad association has polluted even people with good character also. Kaikeyi was a lady with very good character, but she got polluted by another lady called Manthara, who polluted her by telling her that why do you allow Lord Rama to become the king? Instead, you should make your son the king. Because Kaikeyi was mother of Bharat and Kaushalya was mother of Rama. And both Kaikeyi and Kaushalya were queens of the same king, Dasharatha. And they were living a very peaceful life. But when somebody came and polluted her mind, saying that if your son doesn't become the king, you will be mistreated like a maidservant. And look at your Kaushalya's son Ram, if he becomes the king, his mother will become favorite queen and you will be good for nothing, nobody will look at you. So in this way, somebody polluted her mind and twisted her mind to become envious of her friend, co-wife, Kaushalya. Similarly, all of you students in your college, you have your nice friends with whom you associate. But so in this world, at the least expected moment, suddenly one of you may lose the temper, you may become angry, or you may develop a misunderstanding with another. And you need your control over your inner mechanisms to be able to forgive your friend or say sorry to your friend and preserve your relationship rather than lose good friendships in this world. So for that, we need good association. Good association is very empowering. It teaches you that even if our friend sometimes by some mistake misunderstands us and becomes angry at us, that's a circumstantial behavior. It is not a steady behavior. Just forgive, forget, and be friendly and go on with life. That type of stature comes only when you cultivate spiritual knowledge and good association. So, secondly, B stands for Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. So you need a guidebook which will sail you through the rough seas of this world. Bhagavad Gita is actually a very famous book which was spoken to Arjuna by Lord Krishna, especially when Arjuna was in a very depressed state in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, not able to pick up his bow and arrow and fight. At that time, Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita and woke him up and awakened the confidence within his heart. And then Arjuna fought a valiant battle and emerged victorious. It is a very well-known scripture, well-known textbook. It is Bhagavad Gita, very much loved and appreciated by great authors like Henry David Thoreau and Emerson, and Dr. Radhakrishnan and M.K. Gandhi and many others all across the globe. So that type of book actually can be a guidebook for you. Otherwise, there are so many cinema magazines now and novels nowadays. You just read and throw them. They don't help your life. Rather, they oftentimes misguide you. Oftentimes, they arouse instinctive tendencies in you which can be detrimental to your personality. So, Haribol? Haribol? Don't went up. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram. No, here it's battery is there. Only that is reduced the battery. So, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Sound is coming now? Is it all right? So, A for association. I heard a story about two brother parrots, These parrots were sold in the market. One saintly person was walking on the road, he was just watching the sale of the parrots. One parrot was of the king, one parrot was of the butcher. Later on, when the saint came across the same street, he saw the parrot sold to the butcher, was sitting in the butcher's shop. He was shouting, catch him, beat him, cut him, kill him, like he was saying. And he was shocked. This parrot is speaking very cruel words. Yeah. And then another parrot which he found in King's Palace, that was speaking very sweet words. That parrot said that, oh, great saint, please come and take your seat. The king has gone for a stroll. Very soon he'll be back. Would you like to drink some water? Like that, he was speaking very sweet words. So the sage was taken by surprise. How can two brothers be like this? One brother is speaking sweet words, the other one is speaking harsh. Then this parrot told him Shoka, the meaning of the Shoka is like this. My brother is living in a butcher's shop. He always hears bad words. I am living in a king's palace. I always hear sweet words from saintly people like you. And he said, therefore, the father is not his, glory is not mine. It is all a matter of association. He said, I am getting good association, so I speak good. He is getting bad association, so he is speaking bad like this. So we all need good association. Secondly, the Bhagavad Gita, which is like a guidebook for life. The knowledge of Gita is not like a novel to read and throw. Rather, it will completely throw your life beyond us. And the third one, C, stands for chanting. Now, you need a method by which to connect to God and pray to Him with a prayer. So now I tell you a prayer, the meaning of which is like this. Oh Lord, purify me, uplift me, accept me. That's the meaning of this. My heart is impure, due to which I am troubling myself and others. Please kindly purify my heart. My heart is filled with anger and greed and envy and jealousy and revengeful thoughts, so many things. Please kindly cleanse my heart, purify my heart, and elevate me. Elevate me means I don't want to be stagnated in this material world. I want to return back to the spiritual plane. So elevate me and accept me as one of your devotees, one of your associates. Which means keep me in the spiritual plane from where I fell down to this world. And that's the meaning of it. So all religions actually talk about this type of prayer to return back to our original glory. So we have a mantra which we chant, which I was singing in the beginning today. In the Japamala, we chant 108 times we can chant. So I will show you how we chant in each bead. You should chant one full mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So like this, in very mind calming, and very absorbing, and very purifying. So you all can do it in 3 times. We'll do it together, okay? And
I'll give the job.
yeah, Mala. Yeah. Can give. You have enough? Yeah. I think only few you have. You can get more of that, or only that can be.
I'll get that.
January, you can give around, take some, you go around and give it. See, there is one the top one, like this. There's a thread, you see. That's called Guru Mani. We don't use it for counting, and we start from the next one. Okay. So you all show it to me like this. Put your 3 fingers inside the mala like this, and one should be out. Because this finger, we point the mistakes of others, so we don't touch the mala with this. Only the 3 fingers should be inside, and we use the thumb we use. Okay. We use the thumb like this. Yes. You're right. You're correct. You all got an idea? This first finger, indicating finger should be outside. 3 fingers should be inside, and then the thumb will be touching the beads and moving. Okay. So let us do it 10 times together, and you'll get an experience. Are you ready? We'll do it in a chorus, okay? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. We all learned now how to do it. So now we did 10 times now. And if you do it 10 times more like this, then 100% 8 more. So the whole mala will get over in about 10 minutes if you chant. So it's a very, very powerful method for purging the impurities in the mind and making the mind. Actually, impurities in the mind are like a virus in a computer. When they remove the virus, the computer functions very well. Similarly, the impurities are removed from the mind is very calm, cool, collected. And then the mind is like a free bird in the sky, as I told you. So I told you A for association, B for Bhagavad Gita, C for chanting, which you learned just now, and D for diet, which is the prasadam, which you will be taking after the program. So this prasadam is not ordinary food, it's a food cooked with love, cooked with devotion, and offered to God with devotion, and then when you eat it, every food has got 3 components. One component becomes stool and urine, it's thrown out of the system. Another component becomes blood, circulated all over the body. And the third component is the consciousness. So that goes to the brain and enhances your consciousness. This prasad which you'll be eating in our temple is offered to God with love. So just as God's mind is pure, those who eat the prasad, their minds also are purified and made very calm and cheerful by eating the prasad. So people have experience. Those who regularly eat prasad over a period of time, their whole outlook to life becomes very positive and cheerful. So that's the fourth one, diet, D for diet. And the fifth one, E, is engagement in some voluntary service to God, some voluntary service. Like, for example, some people are volunteer to come and cut vegetables for cooking. Some people volunteer to bring some flowers for the worship of the God. Some people volunteer to clean up the temple hall. Some of them volunteer to make phone calls and invite their friends to the programs. Like that. This is a voluntary work on behalf of God. So these are five things. Anybody can tell me now? A for association, and B for Bhagavad Gita, and C for chanting, and D for E for engagement in success. Okay. So these five things are pretty easy for you to adapt in your student life. You don't have to, go to Himalayas, stand upside down and plug your nose. You don't have to do all this. Very simple it is. These five things. So do it in your own places, and you can reap the benefit. As I told you, Narada became free from the bodily and mental limitations. So you all can become free too in your lives, and you can experience the joy of true freedom through the path of devotion to God, Bhakti Yoga. Now I can take some questions. Do we have one more mic with us, which can be circulated to others? If somebody wants to ask some questions. So whatever I spoke to you, did it make sense to you? So if it really makes sense to you, you all can recollect one point from what I spoke. Whoever is ready, you just, hey, this battery went off. Hare Krishna is coming. It's coming and going, I think. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Yeah, she will. I can give it to her. Hare Krishna. I think there is a problem. There. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare. My battery is proper, full. There is some connection problem there. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. It is working.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
It works, comes and goes. Both is going good. There is some problem there. Yes, ma'am.
If it is possible, can you introduce me?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It's just like a science way. It just comes, goes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. So we have many students who have come today. I believe you all of you are from NEU, Northeastern University, and how many are from Boston? There are some from Boston University. And how many from Northeastern? Okay. Anybody else from MIT? Or anybody from Harvard? Or anybody? There are three from Harvard. Okay.
Sorry, right. And also today there are about 50 devotees attending online, 15 participants. So I'll just briefly introduce esteemed guest speaker. So we are very fortunate to have Ms. Radheshyam here.
Mike is going.
I'll speak now.
I'll take this one.
Yes, I'll speak now.
And this is it.
Hare Krishna. We are very fortunate to have Ms. Radheshyam here. So Ms. Radheshyam is the president of ISKCON Pune Temple. He has been the president for the last 25 years. He did his masters from IIT Mumbai and he was the department topper. And he is the director of a youth club called Voice, where they coexist for inspiration, culture, and education. And accordingly, he has compiled many youth books like Stress to Smile, 5-volume Essence of Bhagavad Gita series. He is also the designer of the very popular Discourse of 6-session course for youth and corporates. He has received the Global Excellence Award for educating youth in Bhagavad Gita. He is also the G. Goswami Award winner for innovative youth outreach. So, and also he has been training youth for the last 30 years, 3 decades in all leading IITs, NITs, and many other very well-recognized institutes in India. And he reaches out to Pune, Kolkata, Kanpur, and he has been appointed by GDC, the governing body commission, the top managing body, governing body for ISKCON as a whole. GPC has appointed Radheshyam as the Global Duty Officer, especially for youth outreach, and accordingly, Prabhuji comes twice a year and he spends a couple of weeks in Boston and he goes all around the US, Baltimore, New York, in West Coast, San Jose, all across California, Texas, and many other places, Chicago. And he presents seminars not only to institutes like MIT, Stanford, University of Washington, College University, he also presents regularly seminars at corporates like Amazon, Bank of America, Infosys, Deutsche Bank, all these things. So we are very fortunate, and Toby is very expert to answer pretty much all questions. Toby is very scholarly, very knowledge. So in case you have any question related to Bhagavad Gita or any subject matter in the Gita, you're most welcome to ask. Also, in case you want to ask any practical tips, any specific question related to our practical day-to-day life, again for that Toby is very good. He gives very good answers for both students and colleges. With that, I will allow it for all of you.
She had a question.
You spoke about good and bad association, but they're very relative terms. How do you distinguish this good association and the bad association?
Yeah, I can get one mic. Otherwise, you can get this if that's not working.
Generally, we all have our own idea of what is good, what is bad. Everybody has a different idea about good and bad. Therefore, when you refer to the wisdom literature like Gita, for example, Bhagavad Gita, he says the difference between good and bad is only one thing. One who accepts the order of God and or one who aligns with God, or one who doesn't align with God. This is the main difference between the two. Vishnu Bhakta Siddho Deva Asarasa Vipariyaya. That means there are four aspects of a perfect human being: acceptance of God, alignment with God, acting for the pleasure of God, acting on behalf of God. These four things you will see. For example, acceptance of God means I didn't create the sun and moon. I didn't create the stars and grains and fruits. If you look at the nature around, you can touch your heart and honestly say, when I rise in the morning, the sun shines, the cloud showers, the flowers blossom, the fruits ripen, the seasons change. All these wonderful things are happening around us. So any sane person will recognize the hand of the Supreme Creator right now. And secondly, the Creator is the Father, and nature is the Mother. So we should align with Mother and Father. One should not exploit the nature, natural resources. Similarly, one should not act against the orders of God, which are coming down as sacred texts in very different. All the religions ultimately you will see, they have, if you go to the essence of all religions, it's the same. Religions say that don't injure other living beings. Treat everyone with respect. All are children of God. God is one supreme. And also take the resources of the nature as much as you need your quota, but don't be greedy. And don't cheat or loot anybody. Don't covet another man's wife. Treat other man's wives as your mother. So these are all similar in many scriptures, you will see that. So, is a person accepting God? Is he aligning with God? And is he acting to please God, or is he acting against the interest of God? That's what we should check. So this is how you choose good association when you're looking at friends. For example, there are some activities that are very detrimental for your physical health as well as for the progress of the soul. For example, the habit of smoking, drinking, drugs. These things many people innocently do. They do not know, but they are very harmful for the body. Also, the substances are not good. When we put the substances into the body, they have about 25-30 toxic chemicals. So if somebody is indulging in this and inviting you, you also come and do like me, then we can keep a big distance from them. Right now, they are going to destroy your good health and destroy your good habits. Then you can say no to them. Maybe you will exchange some academic ideas from them. So you give your notebooks, you can take notebooks from them. Hi, good morning. That kind of friendship is all right. Business like friendship is all right. But you can't open your heart to them. You can't do what they demand you to do just because they are friends. You can't. So you have to be reserved about what you will accept and what you will not accept while dealing with that. And also there are people whose association is uplifting. Like for example, somebody is always very chronically negative. They're fault finding. They are irritating, they're criticizing you. They are always talking ill of others to you. And this kind of association is very toxic, not good for us. Because they are polluting our mindset and they will make us like that. On the contrary, if somebody is cheerful, they are always appreciative of others, they are grateful for whatever God has given, and they are friendly with you, they avoid fault finding. Even if they find fault in you, that is to help you. Then that's the uplifting association. So we need uplifting association, not a discouraging association. So we have to be observant about whom do we associate with. Because people bring their scripts along with them. So you observe the scripts and decide, as these are friends whose association will make me a better human being, better devotee of God. Then you can associate. And these are people whose behavior is not up to the standard. They are bringing very bad scripts, probably due to upbringing. I will only reserve it now. You have to make it back. Is it all right? There's a hand up there. I can give this mic with me.
Thanks for very enlightening, speech, and I think very impressive. So I'd like to ask you or pick your brain about, C chanting.
About C?
C for chanting, you said?
C for chanting.
Right. So I used to be very religious, but I'm still, huge conflict within reality and spirituality at the same time. So what I remember is from four yugas, correct?
Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga.
Satya to the last yuga, which is Kali Yuga right now.
Yes.
Right? What I remember is in Satya Yuga, the devas were there, Dharmas were there, physical forms fighting. And the yogas passed, Dharma becoming disappearing, and they both are fighting for getting control.
Yeah.
On planet. And so since the yogas passed,
And everybody reside in the same time.
in Kali Yuga now, Dharmas in our DNA, deep inside the, genetic materials. And you said chanting is something, thing in our heart,
Yeah.
or cleanse or whatever, make it pure.
Yes.
What can you talk more about it?
Yeah. You see, there are 4 sinful activities mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Sin means disobedience to God. Disobedience to God is defined as sin. Which means if somebody disregards the proprietorship of God and rebels against his authority and does actions which are displeasing to him, that is called sin. What are the sins? It says, you can remember this, Gimi, gambling, intoxication, meat eating, illicit sex. 4 things, 4 activities are sin. And each of it is against one religious principle. Gambling is against truthfulness. Because people speak lies, they don't cheat everything they do. Gambling. And then intoxication is against austerity. Austerity means we have to have some self-discipline or self-restraint when it comes to certain instinctive pressures, like smoking, drinking. We need some restraint. So those who give up the restraint means they are not following austerity. And we have to start from meat eating. Actually, everybody has to eat in this world something. But we should cause least injury to other creatures, God's creatures. Unnecessarily, we should not. Uh, the plants and trees also, they suffer when you kill them. That incurs sin, surely. But killing animals incurs more pain to them. And killing humans is the most painful. Because nervous systems are more developed as you go from plants to animals to humans, like that. So we cause the least injury to others by accepting vegetables and fruits and offering it to God. And God says that I take away the reactions when you offer me the vegetables. So then it is against the principle of violence. I mean, it's against the non-violence, correct? No? Eating animals or birds, it's against the principle of non-violence. And illicit sex means sex before marriage or sex outside marriage is prohibited. Because the sex energy is sacred, it should be preserved and should not be wasted, especially in academic life. Those people who preserve the sex energy, man and woman, both, they can get very good focus and very good concentration. They will get vichara shakti means they can get analytical ability. Dharana shakti means they can uphold the information they are grasping. And viveka buddhi means ability to discriminate right from the wrong. They can get such abilities. Viveka buddhi, vichara shakti, dharana shakti, smriti shakti, remembrance, these kind of things. And also the ekagratika, which means one pointed attention on one thing at a time. And they will develop something called as ojas. The ojas is an aura that develops in a person who preserves the sex energy. And then they will have weight in what they speak. They can speak in a way others will listen. And they can listen in a way that others will open up the mind. So these abilities will develop if one conserves the sex energy. So therefore, one should not unnecessarily squander this energy in youth. And people who squander it, they become disoriented, they lose focus, they feel physical weakness and mental weakness, emotional vulnerability, and all that. So, therefore, the illicit sex means sex before marriage, sex outside marriage should be avoided. But sex within marriage for begetting children and raising them and consciousness, that's perfectly fine. So there's four things I told you. Giving, G-I-M-I, gambling, intoxication, meat eating, illicit sex. If we are to avoid these things, when we chant Hare Krishna, we get the inner determination and willpower to say no to these things. These drives can be very easily surpassed when we chant Hare Krishna. I have seen many of our students coming to the temple here. When they started chanting Hare Krishna, they gave up all these habits in no time, very easily, effortlessly. And that saves your money also. It saves time also. It saves good health also. And it can actually experience to happen. 50% of the problems are solved there when you avoid this whole thing. And when you chant Hare Krishna, you become more sharply focused and concentrated like that. So then what happens? It begins with the bodily cleansing, which I told you just now. Then the mental cleansing happens. What is the mental cleansing? Like the lust, anger, and greed. These three are called as LAG. They make us lag in our life, instead of lead in our life. So one doctor says when you become extremely angry, it's equivalent to running 5 miles distance. And that much energy is expended by you when you become extremely angry by losing temper. And if you become revengeful towards somebody, and you become screwed in your mind, that thought repeatedly attacks you like a wave, that is even double the effect, he says. So we all don't know how much energy we are losing by these mental illnesses. And the mental illnesses, doctors say, causes adrenaline to secrete. When adrenaline secretes, the blood vessels are constricted and it increases blood pressure also. you might be healthy. On the other hand, when you chant Hare Krishna, these mental, illnesses like lust, anger, greed are wiped out by the chanting of the Holy Name. They cleanse these things. How do you know a person who is greedy becomes satisfied? A person who is angry becomes peaceful. A person who is lusty, his heart becomes filled with love. So a person who is arrogant becomes humble. A person who is selfish becomes selfless. So these transformations of heart can be seen by a sincere chanter. Even any average student at the beginning of chanting, within 3 months, 6 months, you see a person is beginning to show a change in behavior, change in paradigm, change in thought process. You can see that. So both external change and internal change both happens by the chanting of the Holy Name. And it is a very easy process. Any time of the day you can chant. Anywhere you can chant also. Is that all right?
I agree. I think, is there any direct correlation?
How does it happen? Yeah, that is explained in scriptures that when we chant, the meaning of the chant I told you, oh Lord, purify me, uplift me, accept me. That's what is the meaning of the prayer. So the Lord in the heart is watching us offering such a prayer. And he is pleased with our prayer, and it's he is the person who cleanses the mind. On our own, we can't cleanse. It's not possible for us. We are very puny, very tiny. And Lord is pleased by, because this is a holy mantra. The 3 words, Krishna, Rama, and Hare. The word Hara means the mother, Supreme Mother, Divine Mother. And Krishna means the Supreme Father. So we are praying to the Supreme Mother, please engage me in the service of the Supreme Father. Shaktiman and Shakti, we call it. Like Radha, Krishna, Lakshmi, Narayan, Sita, Ram. So these are all divine seeds of names. So when we repeatedly utter these names, the utterance of this, just like for example, if you put a spark of fire in a furnace, it just lights up. Similarly, these spiritual names, when it is uttered and heard, it enters into the mind, and that's what cleanses it. And it's the Lord who is pleased with your submission and effort, and he cleanses it. So this is a spiritual explanation I'm giving you. But we can also see research cases like David Bryan goes. I can show you one, the EM. I show you one. Yeah, here. I'll show you a video just now. Okay. God is coming.
The Vedas, however, are not as well known for presenting historical and scientific knowledge as they are for expounding subtle sciences, such as the power of mantras. We all recognize the power of sound itself by its effects, which can be quite dramatic. Here, a high-pitched frequency shatters a drinking glass. So, we can easily understand that loud sounds can produce substantial reactions. It is commonly believed that mantras can carry hidden power, which can in turn produce profound effects. The ancient Vedic literatures are full of descriptions of weapons being called by mantra. For example,
Here is coming. It's on. It was coming enough. Ah. Now it's all right.
Frequency patterns in drinking glass. So, we can easily understand Kurukshetra War, wherein the Bhagavad Gita itself was spoken. The ancient deportment of Brahma.
Not a overdose. In the same manner, a man is allowed to marry a woman, that is sanctioned. But when both husband and wife together come to the temple of God and live a saintly life, the couple, then that is sanctified. And regulated means they earn money, but they don't spend extravagantly, but they save money and they also give in charity. It's regulated. Everybody is allowed to make an effort and progress, but not pull anybody's leg. One shouldn't do that. Right? Now, some people think, oh, that fellow is going very fast, and I'm not able to catch up, so pull like a crab. One shouldn't do that. So, therefore, while living in this world, as you become a devotee, then gradually your mind will become filled with spiritual desires. Like, for example, if you take agarbatti and show it to the Lord, it is spiritual desire. Or if somebody takes a cigarette and smokes, it is material desire. Both are giving out smoke. One is impure smoke, one is pure smoke. So we should know what are activities which are divine, which activities are sinful. You know these things when you study the sacred scriptures. All right. Anybody else? Yes. Yeah.
Can we have someone from on Zoom to ask question?
What's that?
On Zoom.
Oh yes. Zoom also. They have a question.
Hare Krishna, does anyone have a question to ask? Okay. Actually, the audio is. Hare Krishna, anyone on Zoom has any question? Please let us know. So now we will all participate in Kirtan, and after the Kirtan and Aarti, Radheshyam,
I'm here. I do have my seat and then I. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, So we do a course. I just want to show you a small. You can see that. This is a course called Discover Yourself. This is a course we offer here for the students. This I'm doing in Baltimore. I'm doing a weekend one day camp, but here also we do it. There is one session on soul, one session on supreme, on God. There's one session on scriptures. There's one session on the solutions, and one session on the mantra meditation. So this is conducted by our mentors, like the one whom you met just now. His name is Ramsin. Brother, you can come here. There's 1 minute. Where is Moka? So this is Ramsin and his good wife and two children. They are wonderful family. So this is Ramsin. He studied his postdoctorate fellowship in Harvard. Just recently finished Harvard. Now he's working now, right? Working now. And his good wife is also very active lady here. And the two children are here quite often nowadays. And stand up, Nanaji and there is stand up. You put your palms and welcome everybody. So they take programs for families and students also. And Omkar, Omkar is a student of Northeastern University and he is just you're passing out a master's. He graduated master's already. They're working now, working with Adobe. So they're not Chaitanya, she's not with them. Yeah. So we have a third one. He's also working devotee here. So these are all the teachers who stay here. They stay and they do programs here. So all of you, if you keep coming, if you give your contact at the entrance while taking your dinner, will they have something to tell?
Yeah, I already. Has everyone given their noted down the information, the contact?
Then we'll invite you whenever we have this program. Then you can join. Today you just had one session today, but we have weekly sessions like this. Weekly sessions go on like this. So, and I travel to many parts of the West. I do similar one in Baltimore I'm doing now, and one in Dallas I'm doing, one in San Jose, and Brooklyn also we are doing next week we are doing. But these are outside Boston. But in Boston also we do this kind of programs. So if you stay in touch, if you like the subject today, what you learn today, then you have more opportunity to learn very nicely, in a very systematic, very simple fashion. And you can always write me, I'll like to show you my system. I'll just give my email. You can, if you have any questions which you couldn't ask today, you can always ask them. This is the one. Yes. You're welcome to write me. Then you will get a response in a week or so. Okay. Thank you. I'm already here. Everybody wishes to meet me. For any questions, I'm already. Okay.
Let us thank his guest Radheshyam for giving out this valuable time and giving his very wonderful association and answering our questions by a big round of applause. So it is available in case you have more questions. You can welcome to come and interact. And for all of you, there is prasad, ample amount of prasad. So we have you can take your plate and if you have time, you can come upstairs and you can have your prasad peacefully so that we even have time to just service. So most welcome. Those who wish to. Prasad is open for you.
I remember you once. You came for some program before, right? Last session. Yeah. You told me. Your parents are going to. Second year, but India. Here you are studying Hindi. Yeah. You would know. I didn't see you once before. You come here at the time when you talk about that. You know that one? You know, they have some program. You get to attend any of the first program. The time is pretty busy. If you want to attend, he takes the program. He and his wife, they are. He can now he's got India. So you are able to come once a week if you want to.
Once every 2 weeks.
I know your competition is very big.
Now the break is going on.
Holiday till when for our
Till the 23rd. So that's why I could
and then you're one more 1.5 years more. I think. 1 year more. 2 years.
I can last week. Last one.
To be a student of understand, you must be very, very
So, like, there are some people for the 3 of the levels. Very basic question. And the association is that we should just be things professional with the brands.
business.
Yeah. But like if you're helping people to get better, like mentioning a part you can say that you have that
But he was like a note in the midst of particular water. He kept himself very
strong.
You can also take that strong. Like for example, milk, if you add water to milk, it gets like the milk to convert into butter. Then you put it in water. That is the hard now, which I think. Other people. Instead of they influencing you, how you can influence others. Oh, that is by chanting of Radheshyam mantra for continuously for a few years. You develop that inner willpower. And we all have been doing it also in the last 3 years. We have experienced over the years, how we were vulnerable and over a period of time, it gives us inner strength. So say, like we travel to many students bring their problems. Terrible problems, but we can handle them without getting succumb to those problems. So Prabhupada also practiced many years of sadhana. So you were chanting Radheshyam.
Yeah. But not 16. That was the second question. Why 16?
That was prescribed by him because some Puranas say that 16 rounds of chanting is 25,000 names. If one chants 25,000 names per day, then the person becomes practically uncomfortable.
Because I chanted 2 to 4.
I know, along with your studies and everything, it's very challenging.
And maybe some days it's legal. Not 16.
Your parent, your mother chants the.
Yeah.
They chant.
My father chants maybe 100 or something.
They live in this part of
Vishalnagar.
our Karnataka.
Yes. You got it up.
So from Vishalnagar to the we came out there. And one more person. So your parents regularly go to Vishalnagar.
Yeah, since it's also.
Your father's name? No, no. So chatting is one thing that gives us, right? So praying to the ladies. No, that's not a problem. You chat to them. When your 2 year course gets over, the place in the job gets more. No, devotees tell you, but you can take your own time and it has to come from within your heart. They get the shri, then you take whenever you can. One more.
Yeah, some days it's more, some days it's 10.
Yeah. Correct. Holidays.
Yeah.
But this is one of the powerful ways of increasing your willpower and determination. Chanting gives you determination, study of scriptures gives you discrimination. So this discrimination, determination, when they go together, and you know what to pick and what to drop, you know what to feed and what to fence. Similarly, determination gives you the willpower to say no to unwanted things, yes to the right things. So, and then you will not be influenced by bad association around you, even though if you're living in the Western world now, that will be very alert. Yeah. Otherwise, the bad association can be very easily pollute you. Yeah. So we all have to be very choosy in what we connect with. Yeah. Nowadays, even through social media, also, so many YouTube videos nowadays. You have to be very choosy what you want because so many pop-ups come. So you should know which one is going to benefit you, which one is harmful for you.
Even the pop-ups are based on history.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah.
The third question was the diet.
Yeah.
So you said that we should stick to a vegetarian.
Yeah.
But then we are not supposed to have dancing. Well, vegetarian diet, which is not harming
No,
animals
onion
as much
garlic.
as
You come and regularly come daily, you can take care if you want. No, the Amrit Prasad is free for everyone. Even if somebody comes morning, evening, both them we can take care.
What is the story?
Actually, the
Why is it dancing? And why is
onion and garlic Thomas. I can send you an article.
yeah, that might be a bit. And you said that we should not harm animals for
You
us.
just tell me your email and I'll send you an article.
Sharing it also.
Any email. I will send you attached article of onion garlic.
I just share my. But then that way we should be vegan, right? Because now.
Your father is lecturer at Vishal. I don't know. This is a scientific article. When you read it, you'll be surprised. They have mentioned many scientific.
I mean, even in the jam, this thing they have to give in like all the root vegetables in it. I mean, that is more because they were all the root vegetables.
So I send you that. You can see that on onion garlic.
But then, if we have the same logic that we have to vote animals as less as possible, but now due to modernization, if we take milk or milk products, you are harming them.
Yeah. So you can take milk in our temple, we get it from Gita Nagari. It's called Ahimsa cow. If you tell Vanamari Prabhu, we give you orange.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can
Father
order it.
told me to ask, but then I
So if
thought
you
that
tell in
there's
our
no.
temple, they will connect you to Gita Nagari farm. They will send you directly. They can send you a room.
I thought that since there's no Goshala.
No, that's coming from Penn State, near the Penn State University, they have a farm. But it can come to you, they can reach you.
That is good
Because here they bring it to Boston and sell it to many houses. So it can come to your place, if you order it, they will send it. Because though that is taken care by devotees. Devotees will ensure that the cow is never sent to slaughterhouse. Yeah, everything.
That is good.
You have to, in our Vanamal Prabhu, you know, right?
Yeah.
So if you put a word in, he will help you out. Yeah, because in America, the milk, most of the cattle are sent to slaughter later on. That will be very, therefore, many become
Even if
vegans.
they're not sent the permission, they do when they're milking the cow.
Yeah. They use machines and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Ethanagri, you can go and see how they take care of the cow so well. I can't.
Also, I was just
Yeah.
trying to be
So
more.
you cook for yourself?
Yeah, mostly.
How
I
can
mean, if we go out, then I'd take vegetarian food, but not like
even vegetarian food, you have to be very careful outside.
yeah.
Because even in pizza, they put meat pieces.
Huh?
Even in pizza, they put meat pieces.
No,
Many places.
that's why even you can order market.
They are very careful.
Yeah, and the oils they use fish oil.
That's what I'm selling. In a place like West, when you come, you know, you have to be very choosy. In all
I don't
types
eat
of
outside often.
but you are always welcome here. Any day you come here, you can come and take the help. If you don't want to cook, you can come and take. Your parents have brought you up as a devotee in Pune, right from the school days. Correct?
Yeah, like we used to have the VYS class in our house.
Our Kannada we used to take it.
No, Gauli Department. No, actually the VYS was taken by some other Guruji, but the follow-up after VYS, that was taken by Gauli.
They continue practicing side by side. I know computer science is very difficult subject, but do your best. I've seen it before last time. Yeah. Correct. Oh, your good name? Simran, yeah, I remember. Which university program I saw you? Here only I saw you.
Yeah, here first time you saw me in Pune.
Pune. You told that you're going to US.
Yeah.
You are studying in your
No, I was doing internship there in India. I was living with my Bua Fupa in Shanti Niketan.
Correct.
You always, I think. So I attended one of your events there. Then I told you that I'm coming here.
Correct.
So on the last day of
Where are your classmates?
my roommate,
They are all from Northeast.
yeah.
All of the Northeast.
Last
So
time
she's from Pune, you are from this place.
I'm from Mysore.
And then you are, sir?
I was undergrad in Pune. I was working in
Okay.
I'm from Delhi, born and come.
Oh, but you studied in Pune.
I did my internship.
Internship in Pune. Okay. In Mysore, we are doing preaching in a college called SJS. We have some program going on now. Students. And your parents are Muslim?
from Mumbai.
No, they're not. You're coming for first time? Yeah. You're also from first time. How did you find the subject, what I spoke today? It was easy to catch?
I think our upbringing, our parents have told us very
You have a smartphone, I can show you. Which you all can leisurely see. Radheshyam. Radheshyam. REDHESHYAM. Space last. I'll show you the playlist. I'll show you something relevant to students. There's a course called Discover Yourself course. This is also a very good course, self-development course. You give a lot of practical. I can put it in library.
Yeah.
Yes, library. This one, DYS stands for Discover Yourself.